as I said, we are a work in progress. We are a remarkable, extraordinary, daring political experiment, never before tried in human history. Never before have people so large, so diverse been run on democratic lines, and an experiment of this scale, this magnitude, this ambition, this sheer bravado, will take time to mature. We are not a developing country because, in some ways we are ahead of the West, because the West is still obsessed with uniformity. I mean, the Dutch can't handle the Muslim immigrants. The Americans don't allow people to speak Spanish. So, in terms of our linguistic pluralism, we are developed and you are underdeveloped, I would say. So I don't like these terms. I don't like terms like developed, because they narrow down the discussion simply to gross national product. I would say India is an extraordinary and evolving political experiment, and for me, it's a great privilege as a historian to be able to study it. I think we were wise to adopt the democratic way of life, though we were warned against it, because democracy has generally come to countries that have achieved a measure of economic prosperity, industrialization and economic prosperity, and literacy. 70% of the Indian electorate was illiterate. But again, as I said, it goes back to the wisdom of our founding figures, who did not discriminate on the basis of gender or class or literacy, and said every single Indian must have the same stake in the political system, and as soon as he or she is of adult age, must be granted the right to elect their leaders. And democracy has given India a sense of unity. At 400 million people voting in an election is a fantastic show of democratic legitimacy. Although India has not completely succeeded, there are deep fault lines within the society. There's a gap between the rich and the poor. There's tension in the borderlands, there's the unresolved issue of Kashmir, there's a great deal of corruption in government. But on the whole, I think it's pluralism, religious and linguistic pluralism, and electoral democracy that have helped keep India together and that have nullified the predictions that we were going to fall apart. I think India should not be a superpower. I think international relations is not a 100-meter race where one person comes first and one person second. Historically, we played a very important mediating role in conflicts. That's what we should be. We should be a responsible nation on the world stage. We shouldn't assert ourselves. We shouldn't bully anyone. We shouldn't bully people in our neighborhood. But also, I think it's an aspiration and ambition which is not realizable. India faces many divisions and conflicts within. We have a growing gap between the rich and the poor. We have a Maoist revolution that's unfolding. We have deep and pervasive environmental degradation. The decline of water sources, the disappearance of springs, the pollution of rivers, the death of the Indian tiger. Now, all these things have to be addressed before we can think of taking on the world. I think it's premature for us to think we can take on the world when we have so many problems to attend to within our own borders.